Zen Buddhism has been very influential in shaping the philosophy and even the gardens of the people of Japan. Designed way back in 1632, the Konshin Garden in Kyoto is full of Zen design cues, if you know where to look. Mr. Shiro Nakani certainly has a trained eye. His father is Kinsaku Nakani, one of Japan's most famous architects, who's built gardens of enormous significance here and even in places like the US, such as the Jimmy Carter Presidential Garden and the National Gallery of Art in Washington. Mr. Takani, this is a beautiful garden.
Yeah, so it's the best season of the year.
Springtime?
Yeah, so fresh green.
Yeah, it's lovely new growth. Yeah. Now, tell me a little bit about this garden, the history behind it.
This is a so-called Zen garden, and Zen garden means a kind of symbolic garden. And for example, using not real water, but sand, and represent ocean or water.
So the gravel before us is the ocean?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And then behind here, are these islands?
Yeah, so this garden has 3 islands, and 2 on both sides and 1 behind.
Yeah. And the garden here, what is the significance of the islands?
This is a turtle island. You can see the head over there, and shell stone, and 2 legs, and even tail. Yes.
I can see it now, you say, yes.
And this one is a crane island, and you can see the flat stone, long flat one.
So this is the peak?
Yes. And stones in the vertical, position is wing.
Well, look, thank you so much for taking us through this garden. I very much appreciate your time.
This is my great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're a mere 15 minutes from the centre of Kyoto, at the base of the mountains that surround this ancient city. This bamboo forest of Sagano is a traditional beauty spot where aristocrats of the 8th to the 12th century Heian era came to enjoy the scenery in every season. And there's beauty all around. These are such tall, elegant and sensuous plants. And around each joint is this delicate band, just like a beautiful bracelet. Now, this is a marvellous place to come and get away from the madness of modern living and take in the sounds. And in fact, the sound of the wind through these bamboos is classified as one of the must-be-preserved sounds of Japan. These plants are the giants of the grass family, growing to the size of trees. They're amongst the most useful of all the world's plants, providing construction materials, food, alcoholic beverages, ornaments, cooking utensils, just an amazing range of useful objects for man. There's more than 1,000 different species of bamboo, and their range is extensive. It goes from Sakhalin in the north, which is just above Japan, and in the southern reaches it gets down to Argentina in South America. Now, it's the fastest growing plant on Earth, and it's been clocked surging skyward at the rate of 1.2 metres in a 24-hour period. At the bottom of the bamboo forest is this Buddhist cemetery. Now, this is a typical family-sized plot, and the cremated remains of family members are placed in a vase at the base of the headstone. Now, typically, members of the family would come 3 or 4 times a year to make prayers to their ancestors. And the ancestors, in turn, are seen as looking after the interests of family members that are still on Earth. In Japan, a bamboo forest often surrounds a Shinto shrine as part of a sacred barrier against evil. Not a mere shrine can be seen on the way from the forest. Followers make an offering, ring the bell, and then offer up a prayer. Now, it's also a place where you can make a wish. The idea is to pay 100 yen for a message board on which you write your wish, be it for a good boyfriend in the case of these students, or success in business, or perhaps a suitable partner to marry. Periodically, the monks burn the boards, and at that moment your wish is expected to come through. This is a lovely walk with lots of interesting spots along the way. Allow an hour or so to enjoy the delights.
Now, Now look, a terrific time of the year to be heading overseas is during a major festival, and in Kyoto there are 4 that you should look out for. This one is the Ao Festival. Now it's steeped in tradition, goes back over 1400 years. Ao is geranium, and these guys, well, they're beautifully dressed. It's just an exquisite insight into a fascinating history. Now, the leaves of the geranium were believed to hold powers protecting the wearer against earthquakes and lightning, and even assured women of easy childbirth. The festival began when court officials during the Heian period would lead a procession every year on May the 15th. It would start at the Kyoto Imperial Palace and end at the Kamigamo Shrine, where prayers would be offered up. Back then, an imperial princess would be the procession's figurehead, or the Seiyodai. She would ride on a palanquin dressed in 12 layers of imperial Heian robes. The same 1 kilometre route is followed today, and just like everything else Japanese, there's a precise number of participants: 511 people, 36 horses, 4 cows and 2 carriages. Tens of thousands of people flock to Kyoto and line the route to look on at this ancient spectacle. However, only the privileged few are allowed to watch the ceremony within the walls of the Kamigamo Shrine. Now, there's 4 major festivals held in Kyoto throughout the year. If you'd like to know more, visit www.jnto.org.au. Now, the others, well, the Gion Festival is in July. Now, it's a really great event. Then there's the Jidai Festival. Now, this is the autumn festival. It's held in October. You don't want to miss it. It's really special. Now, the last one, the Gozan Fire Festival. It is spectacular. It's held on the 15th of August each year. If you're in town, don't miss this one.
There's more to come on Gurus Explore Japan. When we come back, we head an hour out of Kyoto to see one of the nation's most famous castles.